Hello, this is John McAllister with the McAllister Scouting Report. Today, my guest is Andrew Hanchuk he's a defensive end from Berea, Midpark in near Cleveland, south of Cleveland. Uh, really good prospect. 6'5", 235, plays defensive end, will play some offensive tackle this year, but he's really a defensive end. May grow in, get big enough to go move inside defensive lineman. But right now, I like him as a defensive end. I like his quickness. I like his ability to find the football and make plays. Good student. And first time I saw him was the Cleveland Browns camp showcase last a week ago or 2 weeks ago now, and was real impressed with him. So please sit back and enjoy my podcast with Andrew Hanchuk. I always say that. Andrew, good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm good. How's school?
It's
School
going
pretty
pretty
good?
it's going pretty well. It's tiring sometimes, but I handle it.
That's not a foreign country to you, is it? The
No, I'm
classroom, anything like that?
no, I
Grades
do
pretty good?
yeah, I do pretty good in school. I keep a right now I have like a 4 over above a 4.0 GPA. Some
Oh,
stay in the sports aspect.
okay. That's a good idea. Well, do you play any other sports?
Oh yeah, I play basketball.
Oh, you play basketball. That's right. Well, you got to be at 6'3". You're not an inside. You're probably fourth or not. Are you playing underneath the basket quite a bit?
Yeah, I'm using 6'5" center.
Oh, you 6'5"?
Yeah.
Good. I thought that's, and I read it someplace you were 6'3", 6'5", 225.
Right now I'm actually up to about 235.
That's really good. That's really good. Don't get too much bigger right now. Don't get up there too much. They'll slide you inside. You have to play defensive tackle. You don't want that, man. You want to be on the outside.
Yeah, I'll stay
And
at
you
end.
do a good job. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Why football, Andrew? Why football?
Honestly, I've been growing up with it since I was 4 years old. I used to play flag football, and then my dad's been a coach for about 20 plus years now. And whenever in the summers we would always go to the liftings practices, and I would just be around it. And I've learned to love it, and I truly love it.
Does he coach football?
Yeah, he actually coaches our offensive line.
Oh my goodness. Is he too tough or not tough enough? Which one?
Uh I think he's just about right. Maybe a little tough. He expects a lot of out of me, a lot of out of the offensive line, which is good though.
If you can block, you can score. And if you can't
Yeah,
block, you can't score.
that's
If you can't
true.
score, you can't win. That's what, when I
That's
was a head
true.
coach, I always coached the offensive line because, I want to know what's going on up there.
Hmm.
Okay, that sounds really good. I'm always interested in why guys like football. What do you think so far? We're just talking football. I think it's great, by the way, you're playing basketball. I think linemen should be playing basketball if they can.
Hmm.
Boy, it's that feet and the movement and the sliding and the aggressiveness. I think it's huge. Uh, I ask you, what do you think so far are the keys to your success? What's because obviously you're a scholarship football player, okay? Got to keep working hard. You're coming out of your sophomore year, and this will be a big year for you. But what are the keys so far to your success?
I really truly believe it's just the amount of work I put in, my ethic. I always want to get extra work in, even on those days that I don't necessarily want to get up early and go lift or go running in, put some running in. But I always just want to work. I always want to get better because I have high goals, and I want to meet those goals and overachieve on those goals.
It's really good. What are some goals right now?
Obviously, probably the big one is getting my first Division 1 scholarship, and then all the small ones obviously are like being a starter on our team, getting all conference, then even bigger than that, and then going off of the scholarship ones, getting multiple ones.
Okay, that's good. And play at the highest level, I think,
Yep, yep,
right?
that's my goal.
As long as it's a good school and good culture and all those things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. Who? If you, here's my first silly question: if you could hang out with a sports celebrity for one whole day, get there at 7 o'clock in the morning, go home at 11 o'clock at night, who would it be? Who would it be?
I'm gonna have to think.
You want me to come back? We'll come back.
All right, yeah,
We'll come
I'll have to
back.
think about that.
But have somebody whisper something. No, I'm just. But there are a lot of them out there. And that's really good. Okay, in the kind of the same way, who do you? Anybody so far? Now you're young, and you've got 2 more years of high school. Anybody kind of pushed you so far? I think you kind of alluded to your dad. Anybody, and which is super. Anybody else kind of driven you or been there for you, kind of pushed you to be your best?
Oh, definitely my dad. Both of my parents too. My mom always pushes me. She wants the best for me. And then also my coaches, they have trust in me. They want to see the best out of me and they expect a lot from me. And they don't or they want to obviously they want to see the best for me and they expect me to do the best that I can, overachieve on stuff. And
Right.
yeah.
That's good. That's huge, I think. Okay. Uh, we talked about trading places with somebody for one day. I mean, let's make it easier. Do you have anybody sports minded that you really look up to? And that you don't have. I mean, that could be a lot of guys. It could be one guy you kind of emulate or look up to.
On the team or in like pro?
Pro or college or pro? Yeah.
I would have to say so. Ohio State's Chase Young, and now plays for the
Washington football
yeah
team,
Washington.
or whatever they're called now.
He's I've
That's really
seen
good. That's good. In your young career, I call it scrapbook time. Has there been anything, any play so far, or any situation where you say, "I'll never forget that"? I'll be with my guys 10 years from now. We'll talk, and I'll remember that one of those things. And it might not have been. Is there anything like that? Top
um
moment for you?
not yes and no. Hopefully this year there's going to be that one big moment that stands out. But as a team perspective, I feel like last year when we beat Avon Lake finally, went
That's
into
right.
their place, everybody knew that it was going to be a good game. We closed out the game, and that bus ride. I can say that bus ride home in the locker room was fun.
Oh my. Well, that's a great moment.
Yeah.
That's obviously. Okay, let's talk football now. Are you playing around the offensive line too, or are you just defensive?
Uh, yeah, I'm actually this year. So last year I played tight end a little bit,
Yeah.
and we graduated 2 seniors, and we needed to fill spots at tackle, and I was willing to step up and take that position and transition to playing some tackle too.
Yeah. Favorite position?
Oh, 100% defensive end. I love defense.
Okay, what are your strengths at defensive end?
I feel like it's my speed off the ball, getting off, using my pass rush moves, and strength in just being able to not get pushed back and move offensive tackles.
Okay. Okay. What? Anything else? Because it's my turn to tell you what I think. Okay.
Yeah.
I think your initial quickness is really good. Obviously you know this, but I'll tell people. I first met you at the Cleveland Browns showcase, and I was so excited because you're one of the guys I wanted to see because you're 6'5" and 220, and I liked your highlight film. But I think one of the things is you improved on your pro shuttle. I think, or the 5-10-5. It's pro shuttle to me. And that's something that you'll do at every camp, and you'll do every camp. They want to
multiple
see that.
times. Mhm.
And you do it right, correctly. But you went what? Your third one was your very best under 4.5, 4.4,
Uh-huh.
or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
4.47.
really good because you have long legs and because you've never done that. I don't think you've ever done that pro shuttle before, have you?
Not. I did it at the two camps I went to last year, but they were
Right.
not as fast. Obviously, not as
Oh,
fast as that one. That was
no,
probably
and
the best one I've ever done.
the other one to learn is the 3-cone, or we call it the L cone, one of
Hmm.
my combines. Those two, because it shows you changing, shifting positions and those things. Plus, it helps you up here. I think one of the things that I really like is that you can find the football. Now, you use your hands pretty well. But what you can, you get better at it. I don't know. They call it violent hands, and I call it
Hmm.
active hands. And at the defensive end, you really have to be just slapping like crazy.
Yeah.
But what you do is you stalemate, but you can find the football. A lot of guys can stalemate, but the ball's running past them or running down. And then you even do that when on a pass rush. If you're uncovered, you can change direction and find the football. That's huge, by the way, just so you know. That's huge. And then I would tell you in the reactions, and there was one active hands, and your good get off. And I call it get off, explosion, whatever that initial steps and getting to the quarterback. Those are good, and at least you have an idea of what you're doing and
Hmm.
how you can improve. How do you think you can improve them?
Definitely, like you said, hand violence. I can always be more violent with my hands and using them more. And then lateral control and then pad level, or not lateral control, lateral movement and pad level. Sometimes being 6'5" is a little harder, but I got to get make sure my shoulders are down so I don't get put on my butt if my chest is exposed.
Well, get your angles and your power angles in your legs. That's the other thing with that. Make sure you're bending your legs and things like
Hmm.
that. And I think you can do that. Okay, let's talk about another silly question. What's one talent that you wished you had, but you don't have it and you will never get it? What's some talent? Not sports, it can be anything. What's one talent? Obviously, you're good in school, so it's not that one. But what would be one talent that you would like to have?
Huh,
Like a country singer? Can you dance, man?
oh no, I can't. I can't really sing or dance.
Well, maybe that's one. That's what some guys put.
That could
And
be one. Oh,
we'll go with
yeah.
that. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
that sounds good. Sounds really good and funny. Okay, you've been here now, you've been there, you have a freshman that is really dragging August 2nd, August 3rd, hot. What would you tell him if he's dragging? He says, Andrew, I think it's golf for me or something. What would you tell him?
I would tell him to, I mean, obviously keep pushing. You want to keep him in the game, but always pay attention to people you trust, your coaches, your upperclassmen who are doing a good job. Always pay attention to them. See the small details they do and the small things that they do to stand out. Because you always got to make yourself stand out to get noticed and to learn from the people that you trust.
And I like that point about standing out. That's like when you now that's and now it's not the same, but when you go to camps this summer, two things: you want to stand out, and just you got to bust it and stand out because somebody will notice. And then the other thing standing out is in camp, you want to wear something like a different, like a Midpark black T-shirt or a Midpark Berea Midpark shirt, football. So when people and I come around, the college coaches go, John, take a look at that kid over there with the black shirt on. So I don't have to go. I mean, that sounds silly, but there's a lot to that. And
Mm-hmm.
then that's good. That's good. Okay. Recruiting, is it just going okay right now? It's just starting, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much just started. I about 2 weeks ago, I went on a visit to Toledo. That went pretty well. Got to look around their place, and then coaches have been coming in, talking to me a little bit about just their school and meeting them and
Yeah.
introducing myself.
Yeah, that starts up again, I think, next week.
Yeah, it does.
I think next week at the eval time again. And I
Hmm.
think that starts up. So be in school. Okay. Then let's talk these get a few minutes yet. What's the best thing? Now that sounds kind of silly, but what's the best thing about playing football? The best thing.
I
Because you play
like.
basketball. Let's talk play basketball, and that's fun. It's inside, it's warm, and all these other things. And but what's the best thing about football?
I like this question because I get the same answer. You get to hit somebody without getting in trouble for it.
Why do big linemen say that first?
It's
But
fun.
a lot of offensive linemen say that, and you don't get in trouble, right?
Yep, no trouble. You can hit somebody, knock them on the ground, and then go do it again the next play.
And they can't really come back at you if the whistle's blowing, so you're all set.
Yep.
That's really good. That's good. What's the worst thing about playing football?
Ooh. I would
How
have to
about
say those cold, even though playoffs are the best, but those
yeah?
cold days that you have to practice and play in when you can't feel your fingers. Those are the cold days are not so fun.
No, or the I don't know about you, but those summer days, those first two
Ooh,
games, they could be.
those get pretty hot.
That's that's fun. Okay, what are your? We talked about recruiting a little bit. Uh, a couple more questions. One, and I like the question. Football is about energy and about energy, not
Mhm.
not so much fit, but energy. What energy do you bring to your team? Now you're only a sophomore, so they got to be good. But what energy do you bring to your team?
Uh, I bring positive energy to the team. I hype up. You gotta hype up everybody after they do something good. When they score a touchdown, run down to there, all give them high fives, chest bump each other, and then convince. You gotta not convince, but you gotta give good criticism too. I know it's not. Um, shoot, I messed up.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, constructive criticism, but encouraging them still. You don't want to
Right.
take them down, but always encourage them and make sure they do their best they can possibly do. And that's good energy you got to bring.
As a head football coach and a teacher, I always thought it was when you brought that criticism, constructive criticism. You
Yeah.
know, when the timing on it. If you've just gotten run over and they scored a touchdown on you, or a lineman, something like that, I'm not. You don't want to run up to you right away and say, "Bet," you start yelling because
Yeah.
you're frustrated. And that's a mess.
Hmm.
Wait and timing is good. And the other thing is leadership. It's important, uh, you know, but you have to be unique to be a leader. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You've got to have the quality. Plus, the better you are, the more leadership you'll have.
Hmm.
Okay, was early. This is early. Was there ever a time so far when the light came on, when you knew it was time to kick it in gear, get better, step up? Was there ever a time, maybe not yet, when you said,
Um,
hey,
Probably going from my eighth grade year to freshman football and high school football. There's that big. Obviously a big step you got to take, and there's that just switch that flipped in my head like this is real, this is when everything starts, this is when you gotta be your best to go places, and that's when I feel like it switched when I'm going from eighth grade to high school football.
That's good. And I think you'll get another probably this year as a junior when you'll know you got college coaches start talking to you and you're going to think to yourself, this is the real deal now.
Mhm.
I mean, your little baby sophomore is over with. Now you guys, but now you got to get after it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I'm going to come and recruit you. Okay, I'm in college and I'm going to recruit you. What is the best quality that I'll see in you? What is the best quality? All the ones like toughness and trusting. What one quality do you think stands out among you? Stands out with you?
Um, I'm a competitor. I'm never gonna give up. Even when we're down, we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to get the whole team to fight back. If they're not into it, I'm gonna try to get them into it. I always compete to be my best that I can be. I compete with everybody else to get them better, and I'm gonna go hard all game, all practice. I'm not gonna take a play off just to because one playoff can mean the whole game. I'm gonna compete and compete the whole game.
That's good. How about classroom? You're going to compete there too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I definitely do that. I try. I
You
keep my
compete
grades
in
up.
classroom, and you're going to compete with the ladies for the best lady too, right? That's all. It's good. Andrew Hanchuk, I really appreciate you being on. This is going 21 minutes. Doesn't seem like it, but
No.
it goes fast. And
Mhm.
you've done a good job. I appreciate you taking the time, and I am really looking forward to seeing you down the road. Okay.
Mhm. Thank you
Okay.
very much.